It's gonna be some feelings episodes, guys.
Aw, flip.
Who's excited for the
Feelings episode.
feelings?
Yeah.
All right. A boosh. All right. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today, I am your storyteller, and my name is Sinspeaks, of course, and we're here with Eleonora, Rowena, Averin, Bill, and Oliver. And today, we're going to be continuing the tale of shifting fates. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. Or, fall to the wayside. I don't know. Whichever you prefer.
They said you might want to double check the table. You let a raccoon in.
Oh god, the raccoon! I probably have all my Baldur's Gate shit on too, huh? Raccoon, flee raccoon to be Oliver once I
But it's the best raccoon.
Bill, make a distraction.
One of these days I actually need to make that goblin.
That was very distracting.
Quote unquote goblin.
Nice. One day you will have your goblin times.
As soon as I had put food in my mouth and it's hot.
Oh.
You're just like, I know what needs to be done, but I don't know if I have the power to do it. let me change my tags real quick. We just don't put English, yes, because we are English, I hope. And D&D 5e.
Most
D&D
definitely
campaign.
are.
And Purgatory Corner. Purgatory Corner. I am terrible at spelling. Okay, here we are. Everything is now good, ready, up and rolling. Why is it now on watch? There we go. Alright. Well, hopefully you guys have been enjoying this stuff so far. I totally forgot to do this about 3 hours ago, but now I'll do it today. So we have a patron. He's a $3 patron on the channel at the moment. Don't worry, I will keep his name eventually in some kind of folder once I remember to do it. Pastry Boy Fritter. So thank you for being our patron and giving us some of that glorious muniz. We use it primarily to not die. That's a very important aspect of our lives. But yeah, we also use it to fund things like this, other aspects of the channel, games that we all play together, including Gmod, which we're going to be doing next week. On the 8th at 7 p.m. PST, we're going to be doing more or less a group Gmod thing. If you guys want to join that inside of the Discord channel, anyone who wants to, feel free to let us know. And we will give you guys basically a role so you guys can join and we can make tokens for you and stuff like that before it goes. It'll be stopping about 5 p.m. PST though, give it about 2 hours or so. But yeah, anyone wants to do that, pop into the Discord in the links in the chat here. And feel free to do that. Now, on to the real show, the real goodness, the real sap of a tree of the elders. So, last episode, you guys had some complicated emotional registry with one another, namely... Jesus fucking criminy.
I even heard that.
You got your alert, and I still haven't gotten mine yet.
God. Fuck me sideways. Let me turn on my AC real quick. It's getting too hot. That really threw me sideways.
So what kind of an alert was that?
It was an emergency alert. Ellie, what kind of alert was it? It was a wildfire alert. Be ready for possible evacuation for areas east, northwest, southeast of Mount Tom Doctor neighborhood. What the hell? Oh, Drive neighborhood. That makes sense.
It says here it's coming.
Oh my goodness, Doctor neighborhood.
The Doctor neighborhood, guys.
Only doctors live there.
Only doctor. Alright, I'm gonna turn on my AC before I boil to death on.
And it seemed like it wasn't going to be that bad today. Started literally with a rainstorm early this morning, and now for some reason it's blazing hot anyway.
Alright, I'm back. Hi. Ow, my kneecap. Whew. Okay.
There was... No, Ollie. Wow. Ollie.
Huh?
There was a fire right by the golf club by the McDonald's. That got really, really bad. So.
I don't think you're next to that, but yeah. McDonald's.
I'm not in that area right now.
Yeah. Be safe, guys. And remember, when smoke comes your way, get a gas mask. It'll save you. Don't worry about it. Or a wet rag.
When smoke comes your way after a warning like that, I'd recommend you get the crap out.
That too. Leaving is a good plan if you have a fire over your heads. I really hope this doesn't repeat itself from a couple years ago. But we'll see.
Yeah, that was heck.
That was not fun. It was like there was the Eye of Sauron outside. It was not a good time.
I mean, Sin, that was literally a fire going all the way from Washington all the way down through California.
Yeah,
it was a long
spread
fire.
3 fucking states. I was just like, man. I also got 8 miles away from us, so that was fun. Not the best experience, but any case, if you guys are slowly burning to death, don't worry, you have our entertainment to watch while you do so. Preferably go and jump in the lake as soon as possible, but save your phones and yourselves, but also listen to us. It'll be fine. So
I think the phones are the least of their concerns if they're actually that much fire.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, viewers. You'll probably maybe be safe. But yeah, so last episode you guys had a couple of sad moments and trying to figure out how to work with each other, and then also watching a lava drake just absolutely fucking eat a oh my god, what was it called? A fire giant. That was it. Absolutely just ripping him apart. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the red dragon?
Yeah. In this area, they're specifically lava drakes. They can't fly very well, and they're more based on lava than they are fire. But yeah, and so it absolutely just ripped apart a fire giant, and you guys managed to get past after Averin just made it scared to all hell, which was amazing considering its size. And you guys eventually made it into the Dwarven area, and talking to the Dwarven King. And Bill managed to find out that Rowena's name, at least the last name, was on the book, but the first name was different. And you guys had some aspects there. Averin did not lower her invisibility over Rowena, so Bill snapped it away with his Dispel Magic. And now everybody's kind of concerned with one another. Bill paid the Dwarven King a pound of God's tier metal. In order for him to listen to whatever Ellie really wanted. Which, if I remember correctly, was basically telling him, yeah, don't fight either side. And then Oliver doubled this by saying, yeah, if you do, your entire area might die. And so he went, ha ha ha, not gonna do that. And then you guys asked him about the gigantic fucking box in the corner here. And he said inside was a paladin. Which turned out to be Oliver's old companion that we mentioned over 40 episodes ago, which is around 100 hours ago. So yeah, you guys went up to the box. There was about 14 layers of stone, which slowly opened up with a very annoying grinding sound. And, yeah, Bill's just kind of standing there watching the interaction. Rowena's in the back with Averin, kind of, probably discussing some stuff with them. And, Ellie is still talking to the Dwarven King. Who do we want to focus on first? I'll let you guys choose.
No preference.
My preference, Ollie. We've been waiting on this conversation since, episode 1 is when we found out about his friend. Actually,
2, but close enough.
2.
Wow.
Episode 2. I have known about this moment since freaking May, guys. I made this map back in May.
Yeah, I think she might have some layered issues with this. Yeah, just a few. All right, well, we'll focus on Ollie in that case.
Well,
I don't have a picture. I don't have a picture for the paladin, so I'm just gonna give you the absolutely wonderful picture that I saw a while ago. Yeah, I'll post it somewhere, but don't worry about it. But yeah, so you see this paladin. I don't recall which race you said he was so long ago.
I said he was an elf.
He was an elf.
A full
Oh,
elf.
okay, cool. It doesn't really change anything aside from thematics, but I wanted to get that correct. So, but yeah, so you see this elf, and like all paladins, he is wearing full plate armor. He has a long sword next to him rather than the great sword that Bill saw before with the other paladin, and he seems to be sitting at the back of the cage of sorts. There's no bars or anything. It's just a straight shot into the area. It's almost fully dark aside from the light that's coming out from behind you. It's very clear that he does not have food, nourishment, resources, or anything inside this box. And from the looks of it, from the containment of that door and the 14 layers, nothing gets out of there without the king opening it. And so he's just kind of sitting there. He looks up, and you can see him look very tired. That's the main thing you can describe from him. He's kind of tall, kind of slender. He's a little bit shorter than you. I don't quite recall what your height was, but I think it was like 5'10".
Let me double check that. I think
Yeah,
it was like 5'11", but I'll have to double check that. I'm certain
Yeah.
I wrote it in here.
I think you did somewhere.
He's the tallest of our group.
I literally did not write it in my
What?
biography. What the crap? Okay, I'm gonna pull up the drive file.
Ollie was
That's no
tall?
Yep.
Yeah, Ollie's tall. Yeah.
What? Ollie's the tallest in the group, and then it is Karina.
I thought he had short energy. Oh my god.
No, that's just me. That's just me as a person. I have
Which
that
is
energy.
funny because I'm pretty sure
That's
you're the
all I am.
tallest person in this room.
Maybe 6'0". Oh, in real life.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah, he is 5'11".
Okay, so Paladin would be about 5'10". And he's just kind of leaning against the wall. His sword's not even next to him. It's kind of like just laid down on the ground somewhere in its sheath. The sheath is covered in dust. It clearly has not been touched in probably years. And he's just kind of leaning against the wall as the thing opens. He like kind of looks at you. His helmet's off. It's also next to him, not even hanging on his belt or anything. It's just next to him. Also has a layer of dust. And he looks at you and he's like, "My friend, I would say it's good to see you again, but wasn't quite expecting these circumstances."
It has been a while, hasn't it? What exactly happened?
Oh, well, I chose to lock myself up, as you may have noticed. Oh, Jesus.
Ah, for the love of God! I'm just trying to fill in this information.
I chose to lock myself up. How about you? What have you been doing with your travels since I last met you? Have you done good healing so far? I know that was a passion of yours.
Quite a bit. At the very least, tending to the injuries as well as I could. Then a few months ago, someone apparently thought it'd be funny to create a new illness. And I have no idea what happened into the town. They basically chased me out from the effects of the mental manipulation side of the illness.
Ooh, I am sorry to hear that, sir. I do wish I could do more, but my services are not as they once were.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, I believed in Paylor, as you likely know, more than most. More than almost any. As has all paladins, but his ways might sound silly, but I don't like them at this point. He's not an involved god. Not in the same way as many others that I've heard so many tales about. His powers are simply to move around and control. It is for good purpose, I will state that. I do believe that he has the... He kind of like sighs for a moment. He has what is considered to be the greater good on his mind. And as a god with near infinite control, he could in fact accomplish that greater good. But it does mean that, as I felt several years ago, before I left you, that he can control me to his own whims, whenever he so pleases. And I knew that sometimes that will be good, and sometimes that will cause the death of others in ways that I cannot and would not predict. With the war that's been brewing, from what I've heard as of late, and with the battle that keeps flowing, I have no doubt that he will pull me into it, and frankly, I have no wish to be part of it. But unfortunately, I am bound to his control. So with my free will, and with my control, I went to the only makers of cages that I could think of. Ones that could hold even a god. The dwarves. And I beckoned them, I begged them to create a cage that could contain me even at my strongest. And so they did.
That's quite sad. But
Yeah.
is there a way to... Isn't there some way to maintain your own self-control?
No. The only self-control we have is when he wishes for us to be free. He believes he knows better, and as a god who, frankly, has more oversight over the universe than I could comprehend, he technically does. So he contains my self-control for a time, and he uses me like a puppet. It is for the greater good in many cases. He will do things that I find deplorable, but in the end saves the lives of many children. And with the war brewing, if I were to fight in it, then I would slaughter, and I would save. But I don't wish to have more blood on my hands, even if it is to save more.
That's kind of where the problem comes in with this war specifically. I'm not going to point fingers, but remember the illness I talked about a few minutes
Indeed.
ago? One of the sides is you planning to use it to eliminate all other individuals on the other side, and well, the opposite side that's planning to use it was the one that created it.
That is concerning.
No soldier is going to survive if they cannot treat this illness. I'm not convinced that it's a good idea for anyone to show up to this war.
It does not sound like a good plan indeed. If I could prevent the war from happening, I would. But with the threat that I could go at any time on rampage and drop me in the middle of the orc encampment and slaughter every soul-bound man, woman, child, I cannot risk it. And I cannot die, so...
Can you hear him right now?
No. I have not heard him since the last time that I was with you.
Well, there goes that idea.
We all
actually,
have a connection.
Above game, do I know how that... I think it was a pendant that... Crap, what's his name? Gave to Ellie to help silence both gods?
It was a bracelet, actually. And it was Dr. Rigor Mortis.
It was Rigor Mortis? I thought that was...
it might not be Rigor Mortis. Was it?
I thought it was...
No, it was before Rigor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was the guy who helped us kill the balance god.
Oh, Ezekiel. That's right, Ezekiel gave you it. You just had it for like 15 episodes. You would know that she has it. Yes.
I mean, technically I threw it, but I do still have it.
Yeah.
As in, you don't have it equipped?
She does not have it equipped. She just has it kind of in her bag somewhere. Which is for plot reasons as to why she still has it.
Fair enough.
But you could ask her for it. Because
Hey,
all you
Ellie.
know is that it completely removes all God's influence.
Hey, Ellie. Do you still have that bracelet?
Yeah,
Could I borrow it for a few minutes?
of course. It's all yours. I'm definitely not going to put it on anytime soon. And she'll give him the bracelet.
Cool. Kind of dig out of your bag, and you just kind of toss it to him, and he catches it. And yeah, you can feel from holding it, just holding it, Oliver, it feels like a void in your hands. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
I'm not certain how you're going to feel about how this one, but
Hmm.
what about this? I just say, holding the bracelet out to him.
He's gonna kind of look at and kind of raise his eyebrow. But he's gonna kind of stand up, and you can hear things like creak as he stands up. He clearly hasn't moved in months. But he kind of like stands up slowly and then walks towards you. And as he does, you can see like he gets into the beat of walking much faster than you would imagine someone who hasn't moved for a long time. And by the time he gets to you, and it's like 10 feet or so, by the time he gets to you, it's just like a normal person as he kind of reaches out, grabs it, and he kind of looks at it. How strange of a mechanism. I've never seen one before like this. And he's gonna like kind of slip it on, and his entire body is gonna like quake. Like his entire body like shakes and shivers for a moment. He's like, oh. That was strange.
It was a tool that an old companion we traveled with for a little while past us said it would erase not really erase, said it would block out the influence of outside gods.
It certainly does. He's gonna kind of walk over to his sword, pick up and pull out, kind of put the sheath on his hip, and then just slash his hand open.
The fuck?
It's just don't kind of flick the blood on the ground. Interesting.
Are you okay?
Oh yes, I'm fine. I lost my pain tolerance many years ago. Or not tolerance. Receptors? I lost the ability to feel pain many years ago, although this does actually kind of hurt. Fascinating.
I have a little bit of medicine. Would you like a little bit of that?
Yes,
Treat
actually.
that?
Interesting to note, you have never once healed this person. Never once. You've never seen him hurt.
I've given him potions in the past. I've just never actually healed him myself.
Yeah, you've never seen him hurt either. I mean, you've seen him clearly take damage, like, from things slashing into him, and obviously gain potions for it, but you've never actually seen him bleed. Ever.
I'm gonna give him a first level cure wounds, considering I need my second level slots right now.
Okie dokie.
Let me see. And no, just let me roll it. Yes, use a first level slot.
Did
Game?
Roll? Game? Game, are you... Oh, are you okay, game?
I need to double check something here.
Okay.
Okay, let's try. I'm just doing this manually.
Nice. That's okay. So, yeah, the wound on his hand closes up, and he kind of puts his glove back on, and he sheathed his sword. After meticulously wiping it, he sheathes it, and goes, "You have made me mortal, my friend."
Were you not when we first met?
No, I was immortal. I could not die except from effectively decapitation to some degree. Though if he really wanted to, Paylor could just stitch me back together. But effectively, with Paylor's powers, I am put to the absolute height of my race's ability. And my strength, my fitness, my stamina, everything is at the absolute peak, and it stays that way for as long as he deems it so. It's one of the reasons why people seek out being a paladin sometimes. They get to pledge their fealty to the god that they believe will do good, and they gain benefits from it that far outweighs anything you can imagine. Unfortunately, it also means that we cannot do something such as kill ourselves.
But still, this is the sort of influence he drops on you. That still doesn't sound healthy.
No, it is not. But when you are inside of a war against creatures, and you wish to do all that you can, you wish to save children from a fate that far outweighs your own care, you will go to extreme lengths. No matter what cost you must pay. If it is worth it, you will take it. And it was worth it to me for a long time.
And I'm certain that both sides are, this time around, are well aware that there's not going to be an army for either side once this battle's over. And there's a very strong chance nobody in between is going to be alive. Very many individuals in between are going to be alive either.
Kind of like gently clasps his hand on your shoulder, and he just kind of nods at you and he goes, "Indeed, it is a dangerous fight, and now that I can die is even more dangerous for me. I am still at the peak of my fitness. That does not seem to have worn away, but I will now fatigue. I do so require food. Mr. King, if I could so trouble you, can I get some food if you would not mind?" And the king just kind of nods, and he opens up the barrel next to him, and you guys can all smell the food that's inside the barrel the moment he lifts it, and it's like dried meat, and it's a bunch of different like breads and a bunch of stuff. It just smells like really, really good. And he like pulls out like a small container, and it's made of like soup. And he like holds it out, and the guy goes, grabs it, dunks the entire thing down his throat, and he's like, "Whew! I've not tasted food for over 3 decades. Miss the taste."
That long. Hey.
Indeed. After food no longer satiates you and water does nothing but give you taste, you lose interest for it. And I have no need for I used to not have any need for either, so I stopped eating it, stopped drinking, and stopped caring.
That sounds empty.
It can be, but again, he gave us power upon power and the ability to stop danger where we saw it. When I was a young lad, I couldn't wield a sword, much less stop foes who were attacking my town. Now, I can. But whether or not this is worth the battle ahead is still undecided. But at least I have the choice now to die if I wish.
Am I correct in the assumption that you flat out did not want to involve yourself with this incoming battle?
I did not. I did not want the possibility that I would go on a rampage, that I would be forced by Paylor to slaughter all the foes in my path and beyond, regardless of who they may have been.
Well, perhaps at the very least, well, while you wear that thing for the moment, maybe it's time to take some time away from the battlefield. Maybe you have the opportunity to forget that the war even is a thing, at the very least for a couple days.
That would be nice. I have not been outside this box in, he kind of looks at the Dwarven King. Dwarven King just says, 7 years. And he's like, that's right. Which is about the time I saw you last, I believe. You said your hometown was, lost. Do you have another place of residence that you prefer to stay?
At the moment, I don't really have anywhere I really belong. Just been traveling, hanging with this crew since we met a few months ago.
Ellie will. Wait, could Ellie hear this?
Yes. He is standing outside the box.
So, Ellie's gonna pipe up. It's like, you're welcome to stay at Mercy after all this.
Oh.
I mean, I suppose, from the sounds of things, they were short a doctor.
And I can guarantee you we need a doctor. There's never enough help. So, and you as well, Mr.
Mercy.
Paladin.
That's an interesting name.
It's a small town that was pretty close to the boundary of the... Crap, I'm blanking on names like crazy today.
It's right next to Littlefoot Forest.
Ah.
Helios is what I was going to say, but that works too.
Yeah. I see. Do you have a map by any chance? I would prefer not to get lost on my travels.
Ellie will run over with the map and show Ellie. Little town.
I remember
This is
this small town. Last time I was there, everyone seemed fascinating.
I suspect you saw them when they were under the influence of the late god of balance. He just says through his teeth.
There's another god there, I see. How's the old
was.
man and woman faring? Are they doing well?
Oh no.
About that. They were the avatars of the god.
Oh, I see. I do apologize. I didn't realize. Oof. Well,
Yeah.
may their bones rest in peace, I suppose.
Their bones are at peace in a sense, I guess, but we kind of had to remove them, and now everyone's free from the mind control. So now that they're free from the mind control of the god and those two, the couple that you know, sorry, everyone was able to return home. So I felt alone with everything. Go home, or they chose to stay and help rebuild the town. It's thriving pretty well. There's a wonderful tavern called the Rested Tankard there. So you're welcome to go there. There's, I'm sure, plenty of space. It's not fully together yet, but I'm sure in due time it'll be fully built.
Well, I am glad to see there is a town that is doing well. I will certainly make my way there, and we'll see how well that fares. It was good to see you again, old friend. I hope to see you as, whenever you get rest time, if you do so before the battle. If the battle does start, however, I will be where I am needed, which is wherever the town requires me.
Speaking of, I am kind of curious, though.
Yes?
You said that you're a paladin, drawing your power from Palor.
Indeed.
If you just severed your ties to him by putting that bracelet on, do you still have that sort of power?
Not in the slightest.
Hey, Sin, I'm going to DM you something real quick.
Okie dokie. Normally, I would be able to cure a wound like the one on my hand with the ease and power of the god flowing through me, but not this.
Well, we're not quite sure what will happen to the gods after all of this. Maybe you'll have something to believe in.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see that everyone here is fine and dandy.
Indeed, it's been way too long since we've run into each other. And even if it wasn't quite in the same state as it was as... What am I trying? Above game. I'm literally stuck trying to figure out what I'm trying to say here.
You're good.
But then again, it's partially because I'm trying to focus on two different thoughts at once.
You're good. There you go. Got Ollie's just like, yeah, what? But yeah, he just kind of smiles at you guys. And he looks at Ellie and he's like, you seem like you are the, should I say impromptu leader of this group?
I guess in a sense, yes, I am.
Well, in that case, I bid you the best of journeys. Do you know what you'll be doing after this moment? I assume you've came here to talk with my old friend about, kind of looks at the Dwarven King.
It's like 76 in here.
Something to do with the war, I assume, based on what, Oliver here is talking about.
I personally came here for different reasons. I've been making it a task of mine to go around and spread around
It's really kicking it out.
formula for treatment and for the illness. I just say as I'm just pulling it out and showing him like a shopping list. It's on one of the pages. I've been trying to carry this all around the continent to try and see if I can find, at the very least, help everyone else protect themselves against this illness. Because I'm fairly certain a forced march is going to mean that there's a strong chance that a lot of these soldiers on both sides are going to be low on supplies. And that usually means they're going to be stepping into another civilization, which will very much endanger all of their residents.
I see. Well, I will spread the word then. What does your group prefer to be called?
Just like looks back towards Ellie and the rest of the group, just like, I really don't think we actually came up with a title for ourselves yet.
Oh.
To be fair, none of us really have the same goal, so a group name typically means something along the line of, we all share a goal, but realistically we don't. So having a group name is not something anyone actually talked about, because we're all too kind of busy trying not to accidentally kill each other. Accidental killing, not on purpose. Like, somebody pushing a rock over a hill and it causing an avalanche accidentally.
The bird is very strange. I didn't realize he was with your group, actually. I do apologize, sir. Who are you exactly, and what are you? I don't think I've seen your kind before. Again, I apologize. I don't really mean to be offensive if I am, but you're very fascinating. Dead, small. Again, no offense.
To be fair, I'm not very big, and I'm the smallest person here. I'm even smaller than the dwarf on the throne, and everyone else is taller than him. I think.
Ah.
I haven't seen him stand, so I don't know.
What's
I'm
your
Bill.
name?
Bill.
It's good to meet you, Bill.
Yeah, you're the second one I've met. You're a lot livelier than the other one.
You've met another one?
Yeah, in the Citadel, at the top, in the tower. Trapped there, kind of. Very sad existence. Kind of like yours. In a
Ah.
I have to wonder. I have to wonder if they'd all have a similar response if any of the others found a bracelet similar to that. Maybe I should see about finding somebody who can make these things. It'd be nice to have a few extras if this is the way they work.
Some like me would benefit from it. Others, like my friend Great Hammer. He never actually use a hammer, it's just a name he goes by because of his savage ways. Would probably gut himself on the spot. No, it's not because, he's being forced to, so it's because he'll feel like he's unworthy of survival if he's not connected to the god. Based on his own personal preference, don't worry about tying it to the god or anything. It's not Paylor's preference. He got into the paladin business purely because he wanted to be of worth, and the moment he stops being a paladin, he just don't feel like he's not of worth, and that'll lead him to suicide. It's a really rough deal. The guy's had a lot of issues in his life.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. He's been like that for a long time. He doesn't really see much combat nowadays, especially if he's still inside that stupid-ass tower. Oh, I do apologize for my language. But yeah, he's been there for a long time, bidded by our god to serve the the council however they wish and see, and they decide to shove him inside of a room and never use him unless they need to. And honestly, most of these battles don't really need to have a paladin on their side. I've been a part of one or two, but nothing of really big interest, unfortunately.
Oh, so that's what his name was.
Yeah. He kind
Yeah,
of changes his name depending on a few factors, but he usually just goes by, like, Great Hammer, mostly because it's easy to say, and, I mean, he would get Hammer if he could, but really, he just has a big-ass sword.
Yeah, it's like deep, 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 deep. There's a lot of deeps, Red.
Yeah, he doesn't ever clean it. Now, he says that if he ever cleans it, it would be, less effective. Yeah, he's kind of crazy, just a little bit. Most other paladins, though, they truly believe in the cause, and they truly believe in everything, and they usually just, we usually just go around and help people. That's really all we need to do. And
I handed him a beer.
Oh. I'm glad you made friends with him. He doesn't have very many. I tried being friends with him once. He threw me out a window. Off a 12-story tall tower. Down the cliff.
That's
into
kind
lava.
of morbid.
Yeah, no, it was kind of over dramatic, I'll be honest. It took me a while to get a new set of armor after mine burned to a crisp. So anyways, he kind of looks back at Ellie. Do you have a preference for a name, girl? Group term of sorts, maybe euphemism for greater battles or glory, a defiance of death, maybe? I don't know if she's actually here.
While this is all going down, Aver is just like she's like practically still, but she's like kind of like stumbling backwards.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
would
too,
be talking
as
to you during this time.
yeah, as Oliver kind of opens up the stone and that interaction goes on, you and Rowena are eye to eye at the moment.
We're still in the throne room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're quite a distance away from everyone else.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone is like
60 feet.
Everyone is like trying to like escape and like get out, but she's not like of the mind to like actually like properly be sneaky, so she's just like semi-quietly just kind of like stumbling backwards towards the door. She's kind of like breathing really like fast, like trying to be quiet about it. She's trying not to hyperventilate, but she's kind of failing.
I mean, Marina doesn't care about anything that's happening to anyone else right now. She's watching Everin. She just go grab her hand.
Everyone like startles.
I think you have some explaining that you would like to do to me, right?
She like almost opens her mouth to speak, and but then she just like looks to like the side.
Do you want to leave?
She kind of like subtly nods a little.
I'm sure they can't hear us, but if you would like to step outside for a moment and talk, then we can.
Havern, or Culty, my friend, I'm afraid there is no escape.
Oh.
I just posted in campaign chat, don't worry about that.
Okay,
Nice.
okay, I thought you were
Relax, I'm not saying that in game.
Oliver uses 2% of his true power.
Actually, chaotic evil.
Oh gosh.
You thought I was stopping the plague, huh?
I mean, to be fair, technically it's just like he's starting to realize it's like, I'm not going to be able to stop this by making treatments everywhere. I'm straight up going to have to make a counter for illness in largely the same vein as cowpox, like the smallpox.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so do you say anything to the group before you're like, peace, bitches? Or Averin?
No, that Averin is just like entirely like silent.
No. No.
All right. So yeah, you two just kind of step outside real quick.
I'm not going to leave. I'm just gonna step outside.
Oh. Drop by the boop the boop. Dunk.
Averin
Okay.
like basically Averin like limply like just like follows you. She's looking
Sad
at the floor the
bee.
entire time.
Okay. So you guys step outside of the step outside the doors. They're slightly open so you guys can still hear the conversation.
Yeah.
What exactly is going on?
Averin's like silent for a moment. Just, why did you do that?
I am coming to the conclusion that I don't think the way I've been viewing Ellie is the way that I should.
Ellie?
She's still my sister. She's still my sister. But I think I treated her more like I've had with the bond that I've had with my friend Faye. And you know, honestly, I don't think it's that fair to treat someone the same as someone else just because you've kind of treated that person as how this person actually is. It's a little complicated. Coming to terms with it, I feel like I need to treat her more like I treat my father. You know, like I love him. I'll kill for him. I'm going to keep him safe. But I don't think I'm going to tell him everything.
She like kind of nods a little bit in acknowledgement. Why
how it
why
is.
did you cover for me? You knew you knew that you weren't there. And you obviously know I've been doing something.
Well, I mean, you kind of shook your head no. And I'm of the opinion that, you know, it's sometimes good to have your own secrets. So, seeing as you are someone I want to trust.
Why? Why do you trust me?
I don't know if I do, but I want to.
Why? Look at me. I am literally the most suspicious looking person in this entire group. I come from the slums. I con people for a living. You know this.
I think it mostly has to do, well, at first. Unfortunately, with the way that I was raised, I still think I have a little bit of a prejudice in a bias towards trusting people. And she kind of gestures to, you know, her ears. Like us. Also,
just because someone's of a certain race doesn't make them a good person.
yes, I know this. But that doesn't negate the bias that has been within me. And that's not all. I mean, you seem to be able to understand how the world is, you know? Like you said yourself, you were raised in the slums and you seem suspicious, but I don't know if you really are. You want to come off that way, but like You tried to interfere in the battle that Bill had. I almost said Oliver. Bill had with the Dragonborns. When I was perfectly fine to let him die, which, kind of signals to me that maybe you have better morals than me.
Sure.
And I mean, you haven't really done anything wrong for me yet. Like, what did you do? Okay, you came in and
She flinches.
what? You showed the king that you were me. Okay, that's why I'm asking you for an explanation. I'm gonna cover for you. If this explanation doesn't come out to be something that makes sense to me, I'm gonna go back in there and say like, yeah, okay, I lied. Yeah, it wasn't me. But I'm gonna give you a chance. You obviously seemed
You wouldn't like
under
it.
pressure.
It was a brash, impulsive decision that I don't entirely know why I did.
Sounds relatable.
I I told the dwarf king that the orcs were going to attack them.
Okay. In the long run, maybe.
I told the dwarves that the orcs attacked the elves and your group was attacked and the elves were asking the dwarves for help in the war. That's what I did.
Okay, but so there's no other explanation? You just wanted to cause chaos?
No, I mean, chaos is fine, I guess, but I mean, like, if this is dumb. The war, if it ends, the group won't stay together, and I will end up going back to the slums, and I'll be alone again. I when you're in the slums, you don't trust anyone. I you end up becoming someone trustworthy, and everyone's going to stab you in the back. No, nothing comes for free. Nothing is done just because you want to help. I and you, but this group is different, and I don't know why. Ellie just wants to help everyone and make everything safe. Bill gave me a sandwich for free.
Interesting.
You saved my life.
That wasn't for you.
I know, but you still did. I I don't know, maybe it was like for someone else but it's you you went out of your way to go and save me when I mean, what can I do?
I don't know. Ellie seems to like you. That's literally the only reason I went to save you.
Ellie doesn't trust me and I know that.
But she
Beth.
likes you.
Why?
I don't know. That's Ellie. That's something you have to ask her. Like oh my goodness, is that the first time Rowena has laughed?
Think so.
Everyone smiled a little bit. Bill went and made a deal with the dragon that he would go traverse dimensions for my sake, to save my life. And when the war ends, I don't think I'll ever see him again. He saved my life, but and I'll never see him again. That's like it's some cruel twist of fate directed entirely at me. I in this group, despite the fact that we're risking life and limb and doing some seriously dangerous stuff, this is still somehow the safest I've ever felt in my entire life. I know I'm going to lose that. So if prolonging it means just if making the war continue on even just for a little bit longer means I'll be able to keep this, I I do it.
Rena's just thinking, well, I don't think prolonging the war is the way to go. At least with how things are escalating currently, especially
Well,
with the plague, sickness.
yeah,
That is
didn't even work anyway. Yeah. Mm,
kind of
mm.
something that would affect the whole. Is it a continent or country? Island? What are we calling this place? I forgot.
Is a continent or island, depending on who you ask.
Okay, so Australia.
Pretty much.
this whole continent. So I don't think prolonging the war is the way to go there. Also, I mean, Ellie did say that she wants everyone to go back to Mercy. So, I mean, there's still going to be a group, but I totally get where you're coming from. It's going to be a whole different kind of feeling when everyone kind of breaks off into their separate
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
goals. Sometimes things you aren't ready for, you just have to do anyway. And then you have to get ready for it as it's happening and after it has happened.
Mm.
But that's just me. Like, maybe you need more time. But unfortunately, with war, or at least this war, there is a time limit. So
Yeah.
I'll keep, I'll keep your secrets. Keep your secrets, wizard. I'll keep your secret.
Thank you.
Simple to do.
I don't think Kelly would like it if she knew what I tried to do.
I mean, she might not like it in the moment, but she'll forgive you. I
Really?
don't know why she's suspecting you so hard, though. Like,
Well, I mean, look at me. Mm.
I don't see
Yeah.
anything just by your looks that makes you untrustworthy. You're just, you.
Mm.
You got. I'm always stuck on trying to find the right word. What is it? You got.
Friend in me.
You've got quirks. Everyone's got their weird things about them. Yeah. Bill's fucking crazy.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Bill's ears just burn. He's like, I am crazy. Who said that?
just in the other room, just a giggle, just low tone. All you hear is Bill's little in the background for no reason.
Ellie has that weird quirk of seemingly being able to keep people together.
Yeah.
Oliver's I don't know. Oliver. Oliver's got goals.
Hmm.
Mhm.
All I can really do is illusions and disguises and lies. So many lies.
Sometimes lying is better than the truth.
Hmm. I've killed people. You know?
Okay.
Hmm.
that's I mean, like, did they deserve it?
Well,
Sometimes people deserve it.
well, that depends how you define it. But I mean, I no one's really no one's really a good person. But I mean, it was mostly just so I could get away. You know, uphold this palace of lies I've built for myself.
Well, if you don't like what you've built, move.
What?
Like, change. Just. I'm trying to stick to your metaphor. You built something out of lies, like this house of lies. Well, just move out. Stop telling lies. Or at least try to.
She like looks over at you, like surprised.
And if you
I
don't like where things are going, just change it. Right?
I mm,
But if you don't mind where things are going, go along with it. Like, as much as the world is complicated, it's super simple, actually.
mm,
People make it complicated.
mm. Hmm.
You're going to do that? Or are you just going to continue with your ways? Because let me tell you, if you keep lying and you don't like lying and you don't like what you do when you lie, you're not going to like who you are or what's going to happen. Like, honestly, if you just told me, like, what you have done here, I would have just played along with it.
Mm.
Why
Okay.
Magdalena?
That's just first name that popped into my head.
Okay. Weird. Okay. But yeah, no, sometimes people just have a compulsion to help others. Do you not have that? That's interesting.
I compulsion not trust other. Well, I kind of what I grew up with.
Yeah, and I grew up with hating tieflings, and all of us still alive.
Mm.
You can change.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as some people make it out to be. As I said, the world is pretty simple. People just make it difficult.
Yeah.
Not to say, like, I'm some sort of almighty wise half-elf here.
Mm.
Like, I am constantly making mistakes.
Yeah. Same here. Being a not quite as smart half elf as I could be. Well, I think I will move, or at least I'll try.
That's good. Like, me, personally, I have moved on from wanting to kill Oliver, except for if he, like, makes me really mad, then I'll probably want to kill him again. But that's like with anyone. If anyone makes me super angry, I'm going to want to kill them.
Fair. Yeah. I can't guarantee that I'll entirely change. Lying is compulsive for me. Uh, but I can try. Mm.
So what should I say? I I didn't really think it through when I took the blame there. Huh. Why was I here? Wait,
Well,
when did you were the one who came here, yes, but like why? When?
oh,
Not why. When. I already know why.
while everybody was in the library and you hadn't come back yet, I snuck out and sneaked into the castle. It's really not that hard if you do it right. I don't understand why Ellie and Oliver had so much trouble.
Well, that's one of your specialties, and maybe that's why it was so easy for you.
Fair, fair. And I did have the map.
I mean, look at I don't know how long it took you to find me, but like, oh my goodness, I was all over the place for a while there. Like on my own. Then you found me and woohoo! I mean, led me to the library, which was kind of weird. Pointed stare.
Everyone like looks to the side. Is like, okay, if we're trying to be honest, I might have took some liberties with trying to get you not to come to the castle.
Hmm.
The only thing wasn't a hallucination.
Okay, good.
I did it.
What? I mean, that's a little extreme.
I know. I know. I do strange things when I get stressed. I yeah.
Just be quiet for a moment. Marina's just like trying not to get angry. Like she's being honest. Okay, yeah. Maybe sometimes you don't have to be so honest.
Fair.
Hmm.
This is difficult.
It is. It is. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And
No, you
which
were
is why, I covered for you. I know secrets. Secrets are cool. Secrets are nice. Sometimes it makes things go. It just makes things be easier.
yeah.
You know.
Well,
Sometimes you
honestly,
fill in the cracks with some lies, like the putty, and then things are smooth. You know.
I thought you were
Much
trying to tell
easier.
me not to. This is very complicated.
Try not to lie, but you can keep secrets. Talk around the truth. You're good
Those
at
are just
lying.
those are lies of omission. Okay, look, we'll figure it out as we go along, I suppose.
Admitting things is a lie, but you're not even saying anything.
Well,
Like, Marina's genuinely confused here.
it's a technicality that they're called lies of omission.
Technicalities are stupid.
I agree.
Don't listen to
Yeah.
those. No. See? Things get made more complicated when people make them more complicated. You just didn't say it. It's not a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sometimes people don't need to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it a lie of omission to say, like, oh, I went to go visit the Citadel and guess how many times I stopped to go to the bathroom? It's not a lie.
Fair, fair. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. So I imagine it would make Ellie quite mad if you told her that you had gone to the king's castle or something. I don't entirely know what we're doing here.
It's okay.
I don't
I'll figure it out.
want to
It's
get in the
easy.
way of you two.
Just don't bring it up. I got this. I got this. When have I not got this? Don't answer that. Let's go back in. Listen to the rest of this conversation.
Hmm.
Then, we'll take it in stride. Until you want to admit to stuff, I'm fine with taking.
I never want to admit to stuff.
Exactly. I completely understand that.
Yeah. Averin like flips a little platinum between her like fingers to like de-stress.
It's easy. It's fine. Whatever. Okay, I got this. Rena doesn't know what to do anymore. She's gotten her answers. She doesn't know how to be a counselor. That's someone else. She gave her mild life advice. Talk
That's
around the
Bill's
truth.
job.
Well, dear friends, if you have my back, I suppose I can attempt to watch yours. I can't guarantee that I'm not exactly the most formidable obstacle or counselor, person, mediator, whatever. Uh,
Hey, you did
But-
great when we were going to find Bill.
yes.
We're casting invisibility and stuff.
Mhm.
Very much helpful.
Well, I'm very good at hiding and getting away. But
Yeah.
I'm not exactly the most adept at standing up to people or being there.
Okay. See,
So if you
I
ever
feel like you can fill in the gaps of where I suck, and I can fill in the gaps of where you suck. It's easy.
dynamic duo. So if you ever want to run away from Ellie or anything, just give me a shout.
I will never run away from Ellie. Thank you. As
Well,
much as I said at the beginning that, I'm thinking of her differently, it's not that I'm not thinking of her at the same level
I know.
as before.
I was mostly joking.
Well, don't joke about that.
Mhm.
Don't joke about Ellie. Don't fuck around with Ellie. Like that was Marina says that in like
She raises
straight, like
she,
actual stern.
she like raises her hands up. She's like, okay.
You get this one pass
Mhm.
with messing around with Ellie before, but you weren't really messing around with her. You made it a fake thing. But like, don't do it again. At least not to me. At least not if I don't know.
Of course.
Can I roll insight? Is she lying to me?
You can roll insight, I suppose, but
it's gonna suck because I have so much exhaustion right now.
Yeah, I vote after we get back to the dwarven in town, we probably sit down so Ellie could get her, or so Rowena could get her 2 nights of sleep.
I'll get it on the road.
Okay, so I'll roll persuasion here because she's not really lying, but this is just a character thing.
You're trying your
Oh,
best.
that thing. Oh, wow, that's actually pretty low for her.
Yeah.
I still win, but just barely. So I
You
will
can
tell you that.
tell that she is trying her best, and that her
Yeah.
words are purely, I will do my best.
Yeah, it's definitely like a do my best thing. You imagine that like she wouldn't at this point, but like you can also kind of tell that like she herself kind of doesn't know, but she will do her best to try not to mess with people.
Rena's kind of side eyeing her, limping back to the door. Then she stops at the door. She's like, "This is your pass. You do it again. I'm not I'm not responsible for what I do. Like we've already talked about killing people before.
Mhm.
I like you. I don't want to kill you.
She kind of
Okay.
like half smiles. It's like,
Okay. Okay. take her half speed walking back in there, trying not to like interrupt anything.
Yeah, so you head back in. Mostly, it's just the entire conversation that the paladin's been having with everyone that you kind of slide back into. Bill, you would absolutely notice that they came back in. Oliver, not in the slightest. Ellie, I would have you roll to see whether or not they came back in.
Did you notice that they were gone?
Yeah, she's standing at the top of the area looking down at Bill and Oliver, and you guys are kind of in that same general viewpoint. So she could miss it, or she could keep it. She has 15 passive, so I mean, it's a pretty good chance she'll notice. Oliver completely misses it, and Bill 100% notices. No, she missed it entirely. No, not in the slightest. So yeah, only Bill notices that you two kind of stepped out and then stepped back in.
And he would not say a thing.
This is so in character.
he would like look at you guys, like give you like a tiny wave, and then go back to focusing on the conversation at hand.
Everyone waves back.
Actually, Riona's just gonna like slide down on the door and sit here.
Okay.
Yep. Chilling.
Guys just walk back in, and Bill like looks at you, stares you dead in the eyes, just goes, wave.
Yeah.
He got his answer last session. He didn't think too hard. He was given an answer. He was okay with it. He doesn't care. He's happy
Friggin-
with it.
Average just going, he is a god. He sees everything.
I think at this point everyone just sees Bill like a friend. Like she doesn't admit it, but she's like gotten to like less like complete and total admiration and just be like this, like less of a god, more of a saint, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, yeah, the paladin, he kind of marks it down on his map, he looks at you guys, and he's like, well, I shall, unless you need any more information from me, I shall be going on my way to, the Mercy, I suppose. There's a couple of things I want to see now that I'm no longer tied to a god. This is
What's
weird.
Taylor's weakness?
Oh. I don't think he has one. Unless you count a weapon forged from the blood of another god. That's typically all gods' weakness, but...
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey,
Why
before
do you
we
wish to
head-
know?
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Not your problem anymore anyway.
Hey, before you head out,
Yep.
I think I made something a couple days ago through Unstable Alchemy, and I think it might be of some use. If you've been under the effects of the god for as long as you have, you know, how much time you might have left in that basic regard. I'm just going to hand him the Potion of Youth. Might not give you much, but it should buy you another couple of years.
Ah, that is very well appreciated, my friend. The years I've spent in here may once again be retained. I will use it as I
Some of them,
grow a
anyway.
little bit older and time passes.
Take care, her old friend, and hopefully I'll see you again later on down the line. He just has given me a wide smile.
As I hope to see you. You have done well, my friend, and you will continue to, I can only imagine. And if you need me, feel free to contact me in any way that you see fit. If you require something from me, I will be happy to provide my services. They may not be much, and my powers may be nothing, but I still know a good sword trick or two.
I might take you up on that a little later, though.
Can-
Hopefully, I don't have to drag you away from a peaceful remainder of the life.
Can Rowena hear him talking from that far away?
Oh, absolutely. His voice booms. He's not a very particularly large person, but you can tell that he's used to shouting over battlefields. His voice
yes.
carries. And even
Deep
inside
breath.
this massive room of like 100 or some feet, and the ceilings are probably like 30 or so feet above you, his voice is still bouncing off the walls.
I got this. Rowena takes a deep breath. Hey, Oliver's friend, come here first. Don't just like disappear or something. Come here.
Oh, I was planning on walking. I don't know if I
That's
have the
great.
ability to to teleport. I'm sorry if I gave you that impression. And he'll kind of walk over to you. It takes him probably like 30 seconds or so. But he walks over to you. He's like, how can I help you? Two individuals that I don't quite know. I'm sorry, I don't
need to know.
your
You
names.
don't need to know.
All
I'm giving you a hot tip. Lean down.
Okay. I'm hearing your tip.
Because she's sitting on the ground.
Hey, he like kneels down on one knee. He's like, how can I help you, miss?
Okay. You know, you're gonna head to Mercy at some point, right?
Indeed, Mercy is in fact my journey.
When you get there, because I don't know how long you've been away, how much money you have, it's okay. Usually when people head to Mercy, there's this person that takes care of them. His name is Jackson. Jackson Gray. You head in, you say, hey, I'm here. Jackson's gonna pay for everything, and you're good.
It's gonna be really funny. He kind of nods to you, and his voice again echoes. So even with his normal talking, he looks at you and he's like, "All right, I'll keep that in mind. I should ask for Jackson to pay for everything I have. I got that in mind. Thank you.
You're welcome. Safe travels.
Safe travels to you too."
Freaking pocket.
Oh, now you are welcome to roll perception, Ellie, to see whether or not you hear this. His voice does carry, but he is a very big distance.
Freaking thing. No.
He's over 100 feet away from you. His voice carries, but
Oh, come on, it's
going to
be at advantage. She's gonna get this.
Oh, what you gonna get, dear?
I'm so mad right now.
Oh, are you mad? This is a between the whole time.
Are you mad?
I know. I feel literally I would be the one paying that.
Oh, you would be.
No, it's Jackson. Jackson's going to pay.
You think he's the one working right now?
Yes! He just escorted someone.
Yeah, we got a little bit of money. Do you want me to roll?
For a paladin, I got it up. Is that an advantage or no?
No, I'd say no advantage. Nope.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah, you know, you vaguely hear Jack. That's about all you hear, because the king immediately starts. The king says something to you the moment that he says that sentence. As the words boom off the wall, and all you hear is Jack. And he's like, "Thank you for the advice, young lady. I still don't know your name, but you apparently do not wish to give it, and I do not wish to push it. So I will see all of you, I assume next time." I still haven't got to the name. He looks at Averin. "You, miss, what name would you give your group?"
Oh, the group.
Yes. "I wish to tell some tales of your party, but for that to happen, I need to refer to you as more than a bird, my old friend, than the leader and two mysterious ladies." As you imagine, that's quite a mouthful. It'd be kind of difficult to continue saying that over and over again.
Goodness.
And I unfortunately have no way of contacting you after this moment, so if you think of it later, I will not be able to hear it.
I'm sitting here trying to think of something IRL.
He seems like such a jovial man. The Dying Crusades. The Endless Abomination. That sounds a little bit rude. I do apologize. I mean to call you to call you abominations. That was a little bit of tongue slip from me.
That game. Wasn't the primary thing that we were all good at like stealth?
Yeah.
The wild cards.
The wild cards. I like it. I will refer to you all as the wild cards. His voice fucking bounces off the walls like a hammer as he says that. It is good to be of a party of friends. Alright. have a fun journey. Mr. King, preferably do not give my friend more difficulties than he can handle. And King just responds with, I will do my best. Thank you, Mr. King. Alright, I will see all of you fine fellows next time. The wild cards. Reminds me of my journeys when I was a wee bit lad. And he just kind of opens up the door and leaves.
Be careful about the lava. Just call as he's running out.
Oh yeah! That burns me now. I'll keep good check of it.
Try not to die.
Oh yeah, I can die.
Don't.
I don't think he's making it to Mercy.
I really wish Jackson was still here. He could have, at the very least, taken advantage of the wormhole potion that would take him to the Trail of Bloody Tears. At the very least, it would get him most of the way there.
You know, I didn't get the opportunity to stab a paladin today. Huh.
Maybe someday, my
Excuse
friend.
me?
What? If he was trapped in a box, he probably didn't want to live until he did. Your friend confuses me, Ollie. He went from depression expression to I am the embodiment of joy.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if that's just an effect that he has on them. He just says, pulling out the pendant again. He is not wearing it anymore. He is just looking at it.
Ooh.
I mean, given he's kind of a jerk, yeah, probably. You know, I don't like either of them. But it definitely takes the cake when it comes to making people unhappy.
Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if there's too many individuals on Char's side that feels the same way.
I mean, to be fair, when two beings of immense power, of varying reasonability, you know, are demanding how the world should go, and the people that actually live there, you know, don't have any say. I don't think anyone would particularly be happy.
Hey, what do you think would happen if we somehow managed to get those things on the avatars of those gods? Just referencing the bracelets.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. But that requires you to find one man you guys haven't searched for.
By the way, the person who's the person that handed you the weird bracelet thingy?
It was Ezekiel. It was meant to be a bit of a guardsmanship trick for Ellie while we were trying to take down another god. There was a suspicion that something might happen should either of them find out about its presence.
Hey, does anyone have an active sending stone?
I was about to say, I probably do, except for the fact that I already used mine. I gave Ruina a working one.
Yeah, I believe Rowena has one, Averin has one, and Ellie has one. And I think Bill, did you use? No, you used yours.
Yeah, I used mine to call Ellie.
Yeah. So everyone but you and Oliver.
Oh no, mine's used.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. One of these days I need to learn to read the room.
You're good. You and Oliver both have used ones, and then the other three have unused ones. So, Rowena, you pop back awake a little bit as he says that.
I used mine, I think.
Oh, you did? Okay, so just Rowena and Ellie then.
Yeah, because I told earlier with the telling Oliver about the thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
But yeah, so Rowena is kind of nodding off a little bit against the wall, but her one is usable, and then Ellie is standing at the Dwarven King.
What do you need it for?
I want to call Ezekiel to ask if he has any more of those weird beat things.
Okay. Rowena takes out hers. Let me see here. Mm-hmm. You have like 20 words, right?
25.
25. Okay.
Honestly, who knows? Maybe Ezekiel has one too.
It's a
He
good
seems to have
point.
like everything. I would not be surprised.
Oh, so don't forget, we gotta go back down below so I can get that thing from that guy.
Thing-
Oh, so open that. Oh, so open that door. We saw. I think it was a door.
Fairly confident. So you try sending a message to Ezekiel, Rowena?
Yep, I'm counting out words right now.
Ah.
I'll be figuring it out as like everyone else. There's the
Dude, I will say that
Okay.
as you start trying to send a message to Ezekiel, you start counting out the words and stuff. You hear in your mind a very faint noise. As the stone in your hand, like it starts to open very weirdly. It almost like a mouth. It just starts to kind of open, like the stone itself splits. It's very
Hmm.
uncomfortable. Yes.
Which
Sin?
stone?
The one I'm
Oh,
holding
shit.
while counting letters or
Yeah,
words.
it's the normal
Not
sending
the
stone,
star
not the
one?
black one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sin,
Yes.
did somebody cast magic mouth on that thing?
No. You're not really sure why it's doing this. It's very unpleasant and very weird. Anyways, so it like opens up its stone. We're trying to find a word to use there, and you just hear, whoop, that's not it. Nope. Where is it? No, that's a cannon. What? Why do I have a cannon in here? Back, Betsy. Back.
Marina looks at
Damn
Averin.
cat.
Is this an actual hallucination?
It's not anything I'm causing.
Aha! I found it. All right.
Oh.
Who the fuck is calling my sending stone?
I guess it's me? Hello?
Who the fuck are you?
Who am I? Do I notice this voice?
It's absolutely Ezekiel.
Oh, yeah, okay. You don't know. What?
Well, I'm looking at a stone, and I've heard a lot of... Actually, I'm not really sure if I went deaf yesterday. I might have gone
Hey.
deaf yesterday for a time.
Hey, Sin, above game.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a mechanic of the ending spell. The receiver automatically knows who the subject is if they've met before.
Oh yeah. The stone, however, is the technical receiver at the moment. It's feeding into itself, basically, the two sides. So he doesn't know who you are. Well, he does, but he also doesn't. Ezekiel, his brain's been scrambled the last couple days, but he's like, yeah, I'm looking at a stone. Who called my stone? Do you have a name? I went deaf yesterday. At least I'm fairly certain I did. Is that why I have a cannon? I might have made myself deaf.
You know, no, it's Rowena. It's Rowena.
Oh, Rowena! Hi. Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah, I got my hand stuck in a jar, and I blew the jar off with a cannon.
Okay.
I don't know if that was clear.
Is your hand okay?
Oh, it came back.
It came back. Okay, that's good to know. Do you have any more of those like god blocking bracelets or whatever that you gave Ellie?
When did I give her? Oh, when I melted myself. That's right. No, I don't have any of those at the moment. I could potentially make some, but it might take me a little while to do so. Why do you
How
need
long
them?
is a little while? How long is a little
fuck if I know.
while? What? This is for the party. They have a plan. We're doing a plan with these things, and we
You
just
have a
want some more.
plan? It's
have a
been so
plan.
long since I made a plan, man. What's
I mean,
it like
you made one
having a
apparently
plan?
yesterday.
No,
made you go
that's not
deaf.
a plan. That's just called blowing your arm off. Wait.
Isn't
We're
that
not
a plan?
replying. We're not. We're not talking about the cannon?
That sounds like a plan to me. Anyway.
Agree,
So you
disagree.
don't-
I was fisting a jar too hard, okay?
Why?
There was some stuff at the bottom. Okay, look, I went on this quest, right? And they wanted me, they wanted to give me a jar, right? And at the bottom, there was a shiny thing. So I stuck my hand in there. I really just slammed my hand just as hard as I could inside of it. And I started wandering around for it. And I found it. It was a really weird rock thing. I don't really know what it is to this day. But then I started trying to pull my arm off. And then like 12 people started attacking me. I couldn't get my arm out. Apparently, it was like a weird rug of smothering, except in a jar form. Or maybe it was a mimic. I really didn't know. So, yeah, I started fisting people to death with the jar. And it was a bad time all around. It was kind of difficult. But then, like, I couldn't get it off my arm, so I just stuck it into a cannon and set off the cannon, and just, it blew my arm entirely clean off. But I got to recover the thingamabob.
But you, okay. I'm not sure how if your arm got obliterated.
It was a very durable thing. There was no skin left on my fingers.
I would think you had no fingers.
Yeah, regrowing it was a bitch, let me tell you. I do that a lot.
What do you need anything to make more bracelets? Like, is there anything we could pick up for you? Anything we can do to make it faster?
I mean, like, having some god tier ore would be really nice, but like, you would have to go really deep in the mountains for that. It would take me a while to get some of that. It'd just be kind of a pain in the ass. But I mean, that's like the fastest way you could do some. Probably could scrounge out like a couple pounds in like a couple months. But I mean, I have to go all the way to the dwarven area and then deep inside the mountain.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure if I ask Bill what the fuck he was doing down there, he'll probably have some of that. He collects things. So bring that to you. Where are you?
You hear some ambient background noise, and then you hear some crashing noises, and you're fairly certain you hear some sounds of wood on fire as well. He goes, Right, I'll just meet you in the Dwarven village. How about that?
Okay. That
Cool,
works.
Cool.
Win.
Yeah,
Win.
Let me grab my calendar. Okay, for fuck's sake, can you back the fuck off? So I will rip off your spine and feed it to. Sorry, I'm having difficulty with the locals here. They won't eat my flesh. It's a real problem, you know. Anyway, let me check my calendar. Okay, hold on, just a moment. You can hear him put down the thing, and then you hear some god awful screaming. Just some sounds of murder happening, essentially, for like a good minute or two. And then he comes back and he's like, alright, I checked my calendar. I can come by tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Can you give me like some hours? How many hours until you meet up?
I can be in the you know what, they have good drinks there. Did you know that the tavern over there really likes alcoholics?
Yes, actually.
No. Yeah. Well, I can be there for like a week, so I'll just pop by tomorrow. You guys come by anytime. If you shit yourselves on the way there, I'm not cleaning up. But, God, I have to clean up this guy's shit. It's a problem. Don't worry about it. And I just get drinks for free, so I'll be hammered like fuck when you see me. But don't worry about it. I've seen things that you can't erase with drinks.
Understood. We will see you then.
Alright, have a good day. Alright, and wonder what happens if you shove a sending stone down someone's throat. And then the stone, like,
do you want me to stay on the line?
Oh. Wait. It, like, slowly closes, it, like, slowly opens. He's like, oh, would you? That'd be kind of nice.
Experimenting. Let's see.
Alright, cool. Come here, buddy. It's just... the next couple minutes are unpleasant sounds that will never be uttered through a human mouth.
Well, that's just weird.
Whew! As that, like, gurgling sounds, and finally, like, it gets kind of clearish again, and he goes, alright. So how'd that sound?
It sounded disgusting.
Nice. But yeah, apparently he can talk to people through other people's stomachs, so that's pretty cool. Not have to get out of his stomach, so that's kind of a problem. But yeah,
Oh,
you guys have a good
okay.
time.
Mm,
I'll see you tomorrow.
indeed.
All right.
Marina tries to like hang it up.
Nice. It does. The last
Okay.
thing you hear is what you can only assume is the sound of someone's mouth opening.
Well then.
The rest of y'all heard that conversation too, but every unpleasant second.
Yep, Ezekiel's definitely weirder than I remember.
Neat.
Neat.
And greatly disturbing.
Is the king still here? Oh my goodness, I should have stepped out to do that.
Oh yeah, the king's just like kind of he's like just scribbling some stuff on his notes. He's just like, "Oh yes, I'm still here." That was an experience.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna we should probably head out.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing us and me again.
Yep. And
Before we leave, though, I say, pulling out the bottle. I know this isn't alcoholic, but hopefully the bites to your taste. Careful with this one; it quite literally contains the elemental mixture of liquid death.
oh, interesting. He'll grab the bottle and kind of look over it. Fascinating. I've never had such a gift like this. Actually, you stay there for a second. He grabs out a sack of coins and just drops it on the table in front of him. Here you go.
Thank you, sir. I just say as I guess I'm gonna take the cash.
Yeah, it's like 80
Because I am
gold.
poor right now. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Everybody's
Yeah.
got money.
He kind of looks at it. He's like, normally I would never trade gold for something, but if this really can kill people, I'm gonna shove it down the throat of the next person who bothers me. Thanks, bud.
He just like looks like he's bothered, so it's like he looks like he has second thoughts. It's just like, but you're welcome, sir. He just says, just slowly turns around and starts leaving.
Oh, I guess that is going to be part of the death.
Alright,
was that,
let's
Ellie?
go get me a new sword.
What was that, Ellie?
I was saying, I guess the doctor will be part of a murder.
Only if someone comes in there trying to kill this king. But yeah, so you all kind of leave the area. And I'm assuming you guys are going to be heading all the way down.
Oh, what an
Nice
adventure
fellas.
that's gonna be.
I
Yeah.
assume we're going to be burning the last of our second level spell slots, or I'm going to be burning the last of my spell slots to get invisibility for a couple people out.
Yeah. Anyone can do the invisibility if they'd like. Bill, I think, could hit 3 or 3? I think it's 3.
I have enough slots left to hit 2 people.
I have
And I'm assuming one of them's gonna
level
be
3
me.
left. And if we're going down below,
Mm-hmm.
can we get down there safely without wasting invisibility?
We have to go through the front entrance though with dragon and fire giant and everything else in the room.
Well, isn't the fire giant dead and the dragon kind of flew off?
The fire giant is heavily wounded, but not dead. He's just laying down, contemplating death. And the lava drake fucked off to all hell.
Yeah.
So I would probably say that you guys can get pretty much all the way there, especially since you guys A, have a map, B, have people who've been down there before, and C, are incredibly stealthy in most cases. And you guys can help each other as you guys continue downwards. And you eventually get all the way down to the lowest area. With
Actually, Marina's gonna talk to Bill real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What exactly are you doing down there? What's going on?
I found a door that none of the dwarves could open, and I have Bill kind of gets slow. I have a fire giant making me a sword with some of this weird ore I found.
Oh, speaking of, you heard Ezekiel, right? You have that, right? That's a thing you have.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. The moment the gargling noises started, I zoned out from the rest of the conversation.
It was before that. The ore, what was it? God's tier ore.
I only have enough for a weapon. I would need to bug another Drake to get me more. And there's no guarantee, because I don't know how much the giant's going to need. And 5 pounds of the stuff is not exactly going to make... It may make a weapon, but it may not make a very big one.
Do you need a big weapon?
I don't know. I need something my size. Or the size of the sword that I do have. Pulls out the elven sword that was modified by the dwarf and repaired. I mean, I need something at least this size if it's gonna kill somebody.
Okay, so here's the thing. Ezekiel needs some to make those bracelets. That was it Oliver? Oliver was asking about them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can save a pound.
I think he
I can
said he needs
try
a
to.
couple.
Well, guess what, Buttercup? I'm not giving up my possible deity-killing weapon for a bunch of bracelets.
It was just a passing curiosity. We probably don't need.
I mean,
we hopefully don't need to rely on these.
I mean, a pound is a lot, honestly. I mean, this is not a small amount. The stuff may be dense, but it's still a pretty big amount for a pound. And that sword to me is more important than the bracelets because it's like, yeah, they can prevent things, but I kind of need them dead in the. Well, I need Palor and Shard dead anyway. So yeah, the fact that this blocks their influence at all means this stuff can kill them. Even more reason for me to have a sword made out of it, given my goals.
Can you use a bow?
No.
Fuck. Okay, never mind.
I specifically stick to daggers and certain types of swords. I don't do bows.
Okay. Okay.
I
And you got this by talking to a dragon.
one that knew who the guy that I'm connected to was, and he went and hid. And the young Drake probably doesn't know the guy I'm connected to, or might just attack me on the spot. Given what the guy had said, he said that roughly if it was any other dragon, they would have just attacked me on the spot. But since he knew who the guy was and he was super groggy, yeah. Again, I could save a pound for him, but that's about it. I'm making this sword. No one's stopping me from that.
Yeah, let's hold off on the bracelets for the moment. Special. Hey, given the madness you're probably gonna be going through with that. It was just a curiosity. It's just like I'm pretty sure from the sounds of things, Bill's already got a pretty strong idea that sounds a lot more likely to. What am I saying? Hang on, I'm literally talking about murder here.
After Oliver says forget about it, or just like put it away, Rowena automatically just stops trying to solve the problem then. Okay. That's Oliver wants
Oliver, it's not murder. Bill puts his hand on like Oliver's leg because he's not that tall. It's doing the just thing because Palor and Shar have caused the death of literally millions at this point. They deserve the death penalty.
It's a very morbid comment to make. But I really don't have a better idea, and that's the part that I hate the most.
I mean,
it's okay.
It's either they die or almost everyone else on the continent dies. Your choice.
Oof. Oof.
And the silence is all this little Cancun needs. Onward! As Bill just starts happily walking forward.
Do you need me there, though?
That
was my question. That's what I was getting to.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. But if you want to come, I'm not going to stop you. It'd be something interesting to see.
I just told you guys back to tell you the truth. Rowena, what's Ellie looking like?
Oof. Oh my god, her screaming.
Yeah, that. Ellie is still just in the wits of things, but she's looking a bit better because she got to talk about Mercy.
Okay.
So she's still seeming a bit unsure, but again, like she told you, she really just wants to leave the cavern.
Okay.
She got her answer with the dwarves that they won't be part of the war. That's all she wanted, so she's relieved. But okay, actually no. She's relieved from the king making his decision. So she's relieved and she just looks tired. There we go. She looks tired to you.
Yeah, but she's not like angry that Rowena's kind of suggesting
Nope.
to split the group again.
She'll like look to you guys for a moment and simply say, it's like, you know what? If you guys want to keep splitting up again, so be it. But just know I'm not supporting it. I simply want us to try to stick together and try to make it out of this cavern so we can go and finish this war.
I can do
But-
that. Okay, never mind. I'll come with.
Cool.
Okay. Glad we got that figured out. Now let's
She's
Rowena
moving out, like,
pushing
15
herself
feet. Yeah, I know.
so hard.
15 feet as
She's-
everyone else goes like 30 plus.
She's so exhausted. She's lolling behind your entire party.
It's all good. I'll get there eventually.
now if you need to rest, how about you just stay? How about I escort you to Jackson? If you're going to leave the team to rest up, which is important to me and yourself, you're going to stay with Jackson.
Oh,
And he'll
that's
watch
good.
it.
What was that, Bill?
Oh, that just the very snide comment of, "Oh, that's gonna end well."
Listen, it's not. I'm not talking as my character. It's not. She doesn't hate Jackson.
Ellie doesn't trust the cavern still. She doesn't know what happened, and we literally had a fight not that long ago. So
And she
She
hasn't
does
explained
that.
anything.
yeah.
Okay.
So either you pipe up, or the only way you're gonna get rest is if Ellie's around, or someone from the team's around, or you go to Jackson.
You guys
But
are
you
quite
can't
close to the tavern that y'all rested at previously.
Yeah,
Like
but
a
is
room
Jackson
away from it.
there?
No, he's a good hour and a half away from y'all. If not
I could
further.
summon him. We could totally summon him.
You could ascending stone using your active sending stone to force him to come into the caverns all the way to the tavern and watch over Rowena. Could do that.
Yeah, see, when you put it that way, that doesn't sound like it's a good idea. You need to be nice to my man.
Well, you know, there's only some
I know,
fire giants around. It's fine. He'll live.
a rogue. He'd be fine.
It's like Averin.
Yeah, just like Averin. He'll be totally fine.
Don't say it like that.
Say it like bitch. There's only a single empty frame door splitting me between us. I have you know, it won't stay there for long.
Anyways, yeah, you could bring her to the tavern, and she needs a long amount of rest. So you could bring her there, have
How about
Jackson
we
come
meet
by.
halfway? I can
could
take
meet
a
him
nap in the
halfway?
library. You know, that's closer to the front.
Yeah. Could meet him halfway, drop him off, and she walks with him all the way to the library.
How about that?
Works.
Okay.
I get
Nice.
to see him before we go deeper into this lovely cavern.
Cool.
That works. So we'll contact him. I'm sure he's not busy at the moment.
He is, as it turns out, not busy. Although you do hear a lot of... Well, actually, no, you don't hear any background noise because head to head because he doesn't have a sending stone. So you basically say, "Hey, bud, I need you to come towards us, and we'll be coming towards you." And meet us halfway. Drop off Rowena. She needs sleep. Go to the library, pass out, have fun. And he just replies with, "Cool. I'll be
I
there
need to
soon."
get him a sending stone.
Maybe one day. I mean, you could ask the dwarf for it. Might cost you
Yeah, I
something.
thought I did.
You got enough for your party. You 5 sending stones, enough for your party. Anyways, so you guys end up heading down. Jackson pops up, pretty much helps Rowena limp all the way back to the library, and it's a slow journey for her, but she eventually does get there, in safe and harmonious happiness. And the rest of you guys head all the way down the caves into not that section, into this section. Okay. Boop.
Remember,
There we
I
go.
sent him down there.
Oh yeah, you sent him all the way down. That's right.
Yeah. I told him
Woo!
I'd meet him up down there, and the other dwarves were aware of his presence as well. I
That's
said,
fair.
"Hey, I'm gonna send a fire giant down here," and they went, "Well, we can't open this door, so fair enough."
So yeah, you guys head all the way down. The massive quantities of Newt. I forgot that Newt stayed down here too. Oh. So yeah, Newt's still down here. So Ellie, you get to meet him at some point.
Sad dude.
Sad Newt. His name is Sad Newt. So he's over there. Bill, you end up over here eventually, and Rowena is not down here, actually. She's the one token that isn't down here.
I take a nap, a straight 8 hour. I'm gonna do that right now. Long rest.
That'll work. So she passes out pretty much immediately after getting to the library. She just hits the ground, and passes out. The rest of you guys head up to this area, and you see this fire giant, and he's actually sitting down kind of at the entrance, and he's randomly just sticking his hand in the flowing river of lava and pulling his hand back out with like some cooled metal or like melted metal in his hands, and like kind of pouring it into a mold. And he's just, as you guys walk up, he's got talking to Sad Newt, and he's just like,
Ignore that. Sorry, I was trying to check something.
"You're good." But he's just like, "The lava not hot enough." Bill. I don't remember his voice well enough. Goddamn. I get some water in my gullet. There we go.
Hi. This is the door.
I see. No, that's too.
It
It's
was
like
less
sort of
gruff and-
dignified, grumbly.
Yeah, too less grumbling. Well, no, it's too low. I don't remember how the fuck it is. What? It's so perfect too. God. It's specific voices like that I always forget how to do, but it's okay. So
The
I just
last one
don't
kinda
go.
felt it.
Huh?
The last one kind of felt a little bit like him. I'm pretty sure I've only
Yes.
heard this guy like once.
Yeah, he was only spoken once, so we'll go low. Oh, that might be it.
Yeah.
That might be it. We'll go low. Bill, this is
Hi.
the door you spoke of.
Yeah, this is the weird door that no one could open.
I see why. It is reinforced. Newt, next to him is just like, yeah! And, I kind of came down here a little every now and again, but like, I didn't really know what was going on. You made new friends!
These are my traveling companions.
Ah. Hi, other friend. Are you friends? Almost friends? Kind of friends? Not really friends? Or like my parents?
Oh,
Sad mood. Greetings.
Hi, almost friend.
I'm Ellie Gray. How are you?
Now I'm better than I have been. I haven't been abandoned by the big guy, and I have one friend. Doing better than I ever have been.
I could be your friend if you want.
I can have 2 friends. That's so many. That's like doubling my previous entire friend group.
Dang, I'm just sitting here realizing I probably can't understand him.
He's speaking common.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's also very weird because they don't normally speak common, so this would be very strange for your character to listen to.
I mean, my character has never even seen one of these things before.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Or technically, he has seen one. He's just never seen one this sociable.
Yeah. I now have twice as many friends as I ever have. Hi, new friend.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Hi. Are you a friend? Almost friend? Kind of friend? Not really friend? Or like my parents?
I mean, I can say for a fact that I don't believe myself to be your enemy, so at the very least, that's a good start.
Nice! I don't have enemies. I might have enemies. Friend, do I have enemies? He points to Bill.
I have no idea.
Alright. So I have 2 almost friends. I have a not enemy, and I have 2 friends. Wow. That's so many.
Congratulations. Anyway, hey, can you get this door open? I want to see what's inside.
I can certainly try. And he'll
If I
kind of like...
need-
Huh?
If I need to, I'll just call the dwarves that are nearby.
Hmm.
They are aware of you because I figured you guys would end up accidentally seeing each other.
Yes. One of them was, strange for a dwarf.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They called him a food item. Was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. Anyway.
Move,
That's-
bird friend.
Yep.
You know, kind of walk up to this door. And you can see, he's a pretty fucking big dude. He's standing at least 12 feet tall. Like, he's really goddamn big. And he kind of, like, grabs the edge of this door. And you can see his muscles start flexing. Let's see what his strength check is. 18's good. So he grabs the door, he starts pulling, and you can hear the creak of the hinges. You can hear the rock and wall next to him start to like crack. Like the entire wall behind this door, you can hear the stone itself practically screaming out as he's just slowly wedging the door open. And it's a slow process. It takes like 10 minutes for him to make enough of a headway for someone to even slide themselves in. And he's just like gripping it and pulling it. And Sadnut is just like, it's big enough we can go in now. Do we go in?
Well, we kind of need the big guy in there.
Oh. Okay. And he sits back down. And you can see the dude's tired as he's like, I've never seen a door with this much force behind it.
I might be able
This
to
may take
offer.
a bit.
I might be able to hold off for a small potion that could make this a bit easier for a little while.
Oh. What can you do, potion maker?
Just going to pull out one of my crimson red bottles and start shaking from it. It's a growth potion. Enhances one's physical capabilities for a little while, but it also is going to make you bigger while it lasts.
That could be
If that's
useful.
useful.
He'll kind of reach down his hand towards you.
I'll uncork and then hand in the bottle.
Nice. Oh. I forgot that there's large in between huge. He's like 20 feet tall. Sorry.
So he grows one size category, and he gets advantage on strength checks while he's
Jesus.
under the effects.
He is now a gargantuan creature. It does not apparently increase his size when I make him a gargantuan, so let me see if I can.
It doesn't increase the token size anyway.
Yeah, let's see. I think it's a 4x4. There we go. So I'm just gonna move you guys for line of sight down slightly. Nope, nope. There we go. Boop. There we go. As he's gonna kind of move over to the door. He is outrageously large. So I think of it as like doubling everything over and over again. And when I think of it normally, so this is what I'm going to go with now because I totally did not do his size properly. So medium would be like about 8 feet or so is really large. And then large is double that, so 16. Huge is double that, so 32. And then gargantuan is double that again, so 64. So he's about 64 feet tall at the moment. He is absolutely massive. And so he grabs the door and he starts absolutely just wedging it open once again. And this thing just starts crumbling under him. Like he is wrenching open, and it does not sound pleasant at all. But it does get open in another about 10 minutes or so. It gets into a big enough section that, I mean, he would have to crawl to get in there. But he totally could get in there. Ooh, the door has been opened.
You alright? Sound exhausted.
It is much heavier than I assumed. Its metal is incredibly dense.
I'll bet. Hi.
Well,
Well, at least we can go inside now and see what all this is.
indeed.
Should
And
be
he'll
able
kind of
to-
step to the side.
You should be able to manually halt the potion through a small amount of willpower, or you could wait out the 60 seconds. Choice is yours.
He'll kind of like will it a little bit, and it'll slowly start fading as he'll shrink back down to his a regular size. That was an experience.
Indeed.
Hopefully not a displeasurable one.
Not the worst one I've encountered, for certain. Okay.
Alright.
So
Now,
you all
what's inside this weird place?
You all start making your way down there, and now actually find which map I was going to use for it. I have a couple that kind of work for it, but we'll go with. Oh, which one do I want? It's been a while since I've tried to use a map, but you know what? Ooh, this works perfectly. We're gonna go into this one. Now there are weirdly enough roots that have taken shape in here. I would say you guys probably spawn, well, not spawn, but you guys probably climbed down probably right here-ish, I would say, down the bottom right of the area. It is dark, deep. There are weird root structures that are in here. You're not really sure what they are exactly. They don't quite seem like tree roots. But is let me. Okay, where did the rest of you guys go? Where
Yeah,
did the
it's
rest of
just
them go?
entirely. Oh,
Why is it?
I see two of us.
Oh, you all placed on top of each other. That makes sense. Okay, I was like, what? What's going on there? There should not be.
Maybe for the sake of this, give Rena de-invisibility, just simply so she can see what's going on.
Right.
However.
I will attempt to do so. I've never actually.
You don't
done
need
this
to. I can
before.
see.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, can you? Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
I just
Cool.
couldn't see at first.
Okay. So, anyways, so you guys are inside this area. It looks like there's a couple of items that are just kind of like a couple of boxes that are laid around. It doesn't really seem, at least at first, much like you would expect from this kind of area. There does seem to be a entrance of sorts, or a lowercase over there. It is definitely very small, even for your especially for your giant friend, who's behind all of you. It seems like he's having a very hard time being in this area.
Huh. Interesting. Alright,
mean, above-
going down as Bill
I
just
mean-
starts walking.
I mean, above game, I could give him a potion of reduce, but that would cost me my last second level slot.
I know, right?
To be fair, we're probably taking a long rest after all this anyway.
Probably. So you start heading your way you're down. As you go down, you actually notice it's getting kind of cold down here. Like, it really is. Like, you guys can feel the heat behind you, from the lava pits or anything like that. But honestly, it's getting kind of cold. It's kind of dark down here. It's kind of cold down here. It's almost cold enough to make you guys shiver a little bit. And you are seeing, as you go further down, some water that is starting to form down there too.
Interesting.
Hi. Who'd have thought that somewhere like this could exist in an active volcano?
Weird. Is it actually water, though?
I mean,
Bill's
I could
gonna
toss-
poke his...
I mean,
Bill's
I could
gonna
toss-
poke his claw into it.
You know what?
Poke my claw into it.
Ah, it is moving like water.
And I'm going to have my claw take on a fire effect.
Oh boy, it starts to steam the water.
Nope, it's water. Weird.
Yeah.
How's the location this deep stay this cool?
Yeah, as you go into the water seems almost frigid to you. It's almost uncomfortable, honestly, being in the water. It's such a different temperature and different feeling than it was out there. It's like at least 20 degrees colder inside this little cave tunnel.
It's like this place is completely insulated.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Though it is quite nice being down here instead of surrounded by lava.
I'm gonna keep going deeper.
Let me see if I can... I'm going to pull out one of my torches, and I'm going to light it up with one of my fire pellets, just simply for some level of heat down here.
Nice. It does, in fact, start to kind of make you feel a little bit warmer. Bill, as you're starting to head forwards, you do in fact see what looks to be a little bit of a campground over here. There are a couple of bodies, more like skeletons really, that are down there, and then what looks to be a nice little cozy area over here as well. There's a couple of journals that seem to be laid down. Some empty, some have notes on them. There's some mining equipment that's down here, some helmets and everything like that. Some pickaxes as well. It definitely seems like a place that people used to be mining in.
Huh. Come on, there has to be something worthwhile, otherwise it wouldn't be covered by something that big.
Well, there are journals if you want to read some.
Bill isn't interested in journals, he's looking for something
That's
that
fair.
isn't reading.
With
I'll
your
read the
passive
journals.
perception... Alright. Feel free to roll me a perception with advantage, Bill, as you are actively looking. And as you do that, Averin, I would imagine you go and you start picking up one of the journals. Oh, damn. 23. Nice. You do, in fact, spot, near this area-ish, there is what looks to be some kind of metal. Upon closer inspection of it, it is, in fact, God's Tear. A very small vein of it, though. And, Averin, as you pick up the book and you start reading into it, you start, seeing, notes, and it's like, day, I don't know. As clearly Male's handwriting from the best of your knowledge. Day, I don't know. We've been down here, I don't know how long. I feel like you could assume that from the journal entry, but on the other hand, I'm the one writing it and I'm the one reading it, so I don't even know why I assume at this point. I don't really know what's been going on down here too well. I only was down here a couple days, weeks, months ago? I'm not entirely sure at this point. But, well, we're mining. That's all we do. We mine. We brought provisions down here, and then, well, we got trapped. We're not really sure what we got trapped by, but it's something very heavy. And I doubt that we're really going to be able to make it out of here, so we're just mining. There seems to be some kind of oxygen source that's flowing in, but we're not really sure from where. We're digging down, digging deep, trying to find what we can. We found some, gems every now and again, but we can't eat gems. Can't really mine out a hole. We don't really know where we're going exactly, so we just dig. Dig in any direction, dig in all directions, dig down, dig up. Not very far up, obviously, but we digged. And we originally started digging because there was some God's tier ore down here, but we haven't really been able to find some. And then the next page you read, it says, Day Eureka! We found some. It was a very small ore vein, but we shoved some inside of Terry's bag. It was kind of cold to the touch, which was very strange. This entire area is cold, almost freezing. It's uncomfortable. We don't like it very much. Although it's better than the heat. We can at least pile on some blankets and stuff. We don't have to care about it. And then that ends, and the next page says, Day, I'm gonna stop writing soon, but figured I should keep writing. End day. And then the next day just says, never mind, I started writing again. You're pretty sure he's just bored from the looks of it. And it says, we're still mining. Again, it's all we're doing. I wonder if anyone's gonna find us. They probably won't. Then the next day is just, Eureka! I'm not writing down day anymore. It's making my hand tired. But we found another vein. I wonder if we can find some more. And then the next one says, well, half of us are dead. We caused a collapse. That was fun. And by fun, I mean terrifying, and I probably have PTSD. And then the next one goes, alright, I'm fairly certain I'm dying from something. Maybe it's like the flu. Or maybe I got some kind of horrible disease from the collapse. I'm not entirely sure. But I managed to dig my way out towards where the metal door is again. Really don't know why I can't seem to dig much past it or through it, but something placed it there and we're not really sure what. But I think I managed to uncover another bit of God's tier, but everyone's dead, so yay, I guess.
Is there no forge down here?
Is there what?
Bill's just looking around now. There's no forge, nothing.
Nope. You do find Terry's bag, though, and there is indeed probably a couple ounces, up to a pound, basically, of God tier, but it's like barely there, and it has a lot of dirt on it, and it's connected to some rocks as well. It clearly wasn't cleaned off very well, clearly wasn't dug out very well. And yeah, the last page just says, oh yeah, I'm definitely dying. I'm coughing blood. Well, it makes sense. I am the only one still alive after all. Ah, Terry, you asshole. You did tell me I was going to get sick. Although, I'm fairly certain you assumed it was because we're all cold and water sucks, but I mean, what's the difference? You don't really care at this point, you're dead. But, I've come to terms with everything going on, and we found some God tier ore, so I'm pretty happy with what my life is at. If anyone's reading this afterwards, fuck that door. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it's just a really large piece of metal, or maybe a dragon sat its ass in there and we just never got out. Who knows? I don't know what it is, but you know what? I'm happy with what I'm doing. If you find anything of use, feel free to take it. I'm dead. I won't need it. I mean, maybe Terry will, but he's dead too, so probably not, unless he comes back. If any of you are necromancers, don't bring me back. Please, I really don't like being alive. Thank you. That was the last page.
Well, this is disappointing and a waste of time. Great, wonderful. All right, I'm gonna go tell the giant there's not a forge or anything here, and I'm gonna go get my weaponsmith.
Nice.
Everyone just like shoves the book and is like, depressing raid.
Yeah, I was kind of
Hey,
hoping
Sen,
there'd be something down here.
was there anything up here?
Over there, roll me either perception or investigation.
Investigation's better. Mine is anyway. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So you start rummaging through some of the stuff. There's some skeletons over there. But what you do find is a very nice looking armband of sorts. From what you can tell from just touching it, there's a little bit of magical aura to it. You're not really sure what it is yet until you do identify or take a long rest, but it does seem like a magical armband of sorts.
Well, crap, I don't have Identify ready today. I'm gonna have to hold on to this then. I'm just gonna insert this in my inventory under loot as unknown armband.
Nice. And
And we can talk about this later.
yeah, there are effectively two adventurers kits, packs, two adventurers packs that of stuff in this area. If you guys want to take that along with you, that's essentially what you guys have. You guys grab as much as you like. There's not a whole lot else that's down here, except for that very small vein of God's Tier ore, which honestly, the folks upstairs would probably really like that, but I mean, it's also a small quantity, so.
Yeah. Bill's hoping there would be like a forge or something back here, and he's just disappointed. So he just walks back up going, well, thanks for opening the door, big guy, but there was nothing of interest there, sadly. So we're gonna head back up, I guess, and I'll get you to forge this sword, and you can go back to being peaceful. Sorry that you had to waste your time, though.
It was not a waste. I got to move something with my strength, and got to move around. That is a rare event. So we'll move you guys back to the scene. Unless you guys have anything else you want to look at down there.
Bill does not, given his personality.
I mean, I'm curious what kinds of adventurers packs those were, but beyond that, not really. It's just like, if it's an adventurers pack, there's a pretty good chance at least something in there probably could be useful, maybe.
Yeah. Those would be, from the looks of it, a explorer's pack specifically. 2 explorer's packs.
Can I have to double check the contents of those things?
No problem. So you guys come back up, with him just kind of like squeezing his way out. And he looks at the rest of you guys, and he's like, there is a forge inside of that area across the bridge, but it is small. Will not heat up to how I want it to.
I mean, we'll just go back to the lava place that you were at beforehand.
That lava is hot, but as long as it's not near the dwarves, the flames will burn high.
Sounds like a plan to me. After all, I need you to forge this sword, as I said I wanted you to, and I'm a kenku of my word.
I will need 3 pounds of that metal for a sword for the size of you. Maybe 2.5.
That'll work for me. I've still got 6, so.
Impressive to have found so much. You could even start a war if you tried.
Yeah, that's why I've been using it wisely in preventing a war.
Interesting.
Frankly, having the dwarves and the fire giants trying to kill each other over this stuff doesn't make sense to me.
They both want it, and my kind are not the most kind. You are interesting compared to many.
I've heard that a lot. But
Hmm.
I'm just a normal person, I hope.
Your soul is kinder than most.
Maybe.
And yeah, he's just don't start making his way. Weirdly enough, he doesn't make his way where you guys came. He literally walks into the lava. And just starts making his way. Do 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 do.
See ya in a bit.
I'm gonna see that in my nightmares. It just as mutters. Oliver just mutters under his breath.
Oh, please. I handed an ash zombie a beer and a ration, and it jumped into the lava happily.
I just mean it's just somebody that has that much resistance to heat. I don't want to have to pick a fight. I don't want to pick a fight with anything like that.
Yeah, he just straight up ambushes. Sad Newt just looks at you guys and he goes, so, wait, are you guys leaving again?
I mean, you're welcome to join suit.
Nice.
Yeah. You can come with.
I just
Okay.
have a few extra.
I
Actually, as a
I
matter
was
of
wondering if you were all gonna abandon me again.
What?
Abandonment? No.
Don't worry about it. Almost friend left a couple times. He points at.
For a
Why
good
would-
reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Just like how you abandoned Bill?
Technically, she left and I was aware of her leaving and she did not lie to me. On all accounts, it was an abandonment. She just left.
give me a minute.
Does that mean
If
they
you're-
didn't abandon me?
Oh, no, they absolutely abandoned you. Absolutely.
Yep.
You know, give me a minute.
Yep.
Give me a minute. Just say going back into the room. I'm gonna go collect one of those explorers packs, and I'm going to bring it out here for him. And yes, I am going to clean that out.
He's don't look as you give. He's like, I've never been given a gift before.
Well,
Wow.
if you're gonna be traveling with us for a bit, at the very least, handful of tools could prove useful.
Sweet. Well, I guess technically I was given a gift before. It depends on if you count having a rock thrown at you.
That doesn't sound like the most friendly of gestures.
It broke most of the bones in my... Do I have bones? It broke most of my body.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't a friendly gesture. Are you
That's
okay?
how I met Almost Friend.
So
I
you'll
did
be
not
coming with
throw
us.
a rock at him.
No.
So everyone's aware.
You did leave him though.
Oh, not that time. Only this time. Well, I guess you left me twice.
Technically, they did leave you with me.
That's true.
And then
then
I
you
had
left
to
me.
walk. Again, I said I was leaving and that you were free to follow, but you decided to stay.
Oh. Well, you say you won't bring another friend over. He wasn't very talkative, though.
And yeah, they aren't, but they're friendly enough if you know how to be. Anyway, I've got to go get this weapon forged, and I don't want him sitting there waiting, too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going. You're free to join us, but I'm gonna start walking because we've been walking a lot today, and I would like to be able to sit down and eat something.
Okay, friend. We'll join you soon, I think.
Should we? How are we gonna leave him an indication as to where we went? It's a pretty long road, right?
Oh, I mapped out this entire area. I know the way. That's why they brought me along.
Oh,
Yep. I have a bunch of maps. He like starts pulling out rocks and stuff, and it's like different cartographer descriptions. Yeah, it's the reason why Almost Friends brought me here. They wanted to find Bill.
very resourceful. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's why they became my almost friends. Not quite friends though. Are we friends yet? He kind of looks at Avern.
Sure.
We're friends! I have 3 friends and 1 almost friend. Yes! I've tripled my friends. Nice.
Very impressive.
Yes. I quite like it. After my parents left me, it was like I was just alone. And then people kept throwing stuff at me. Mostly it was the fire giants. Yeah. I always thought it was gifts until they told me to go away, and I realized it wasn't gifts. It was them throwing stuff at. It was kind of a sad time, but it's okay. They're my friends now, I think. I mean, I guess not. It's not the one that hit me with a boulder. Well, actually, I don't think I have any friends. No, I have you guys now. Woo! Anyways, I can show you guys the way. I think I know where Bill went, maybe. But I mean, we can follow his footprints, and I have the maps right here.
Y'all are free to come.
We can also catch up to him and walk with him.
Let's try and keep close to him for the moment. I think that's probably easier than trying to track him down.
Alright. He like grabs the weird some kind of rocks, probably granite or whatever. He pulls them out of, you assume it's his chest, but like you're not really sure how he stores this stuff, and he just kind of slots it into the bag. I'm an adventurer now! Yes! This is the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Except for when I first met you. He points at Averin.
Just be careful. The roads of an adventure are usually pretty dangerous.
That's okay. I've lived in danger my entire life, and I've never had friends until now. So I count this as an improvement.
Just be careful, he just says.
Look on the bright side of life. Do, 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 as he's just walking with you. Look on the bright. He's so happy. And you guys eventually make it back to the fire giant. Oh, let me grab Newt. Hold on. Oop, I almost did not grab Newt. There you go. There's Fire Newt. There's Sad Newt. You guys stop and give him a name. I love how Ellie didn't comment on the fact that his name was Sad Newt.
His name is Despero, and I've been busy with the kids.
That's fair.
Bill just calls him Suit.
To be fair, that she did actually say that she wants to name him Despero the first day we met this guy.
Oh, that's fair.
Or the first day that Bill or that Averin and Rowena met this guy.
But yeah, it's so Dave's catching up with me, and so you guys get all the way back to this guy. You guys legitimately cannot be within like 10 feet or so of his hands, because the moment that you guys get out of a certain distance, it starts to get so unbelievably hot that your sweat just starts pouring out of your face, and you feel like your skin's on fire. And he's just sticking his hand in the lava, which is infinitely hotter than lava you guys are currently standing over. And he's just kind of forging.
Hi, back. Here's the 3 pounds. Oh, and here's an extra pound for yourself.
Kind of raises his eyebrow as he collects them, and he puts his pound to the side. Interesting. A gift?
Kinda. More like keeping things equal.
I require no payments.
Nah, it's fine. Plus, I don't have a use for the stuff. The stuff would just exist. Technically, I still need some of it, but I have enough pounds for me to be able to hand it to the person that I'm working with. That is not a dwarf nor a fire giant. I'm not sure what he is. He's not a dwarf, that's for certain. But he's not... Is he human?
If you're talking about Ezekiel, I believe yes.
Yes, Mr. Eziba.
Zipa.
Look, he scares me a little bit, I'm gonna be honest. He's a little freakier than most people, and I say that I don't...
Oh yeah, even when we first met him, he seemed dubious.
Fire giant just like raises his eyebrow, but he kind of nods, and he kind of looks at the material, and he's like, "Do you have your sword?"
Oh, you mean this? Which one?
The one you wish the metal to coat.
Oh yeah, here. Hands him the elven sword. Given that this is at this point going to be my main blade.
He kind of like takes it from you. It is comically small in his hands, but he he, with amazing dexterity, pops off the handle like it is child's play. And legitimately, he just kind of like grabs a weird looking container of sorts and shoves them both under the lava. And then after a couple of minutes, he pulls his hand back up, puts the cup under, and the blade literally melts into the cup. And the heat of the cup, having just been submerged in lava, causes whatever non-melted metal there is to start kind of solidifying, or not solidifying, liquefying, and turns it into like a weird slurry. And then he grabs the God's tier metal, also shoves it under the thing and does the same process. And now he doesn't use any tools, which is the weird thing, at least not in this stage. He is just mixing it with his hands, basically, and he started to meld it together. And it's very weird to watch, mostly because you guys are used to, not touching molten metal with your bare hands. He doesn't even seem phased, as he's just like molding it together, forcing it together, and then every now and again dunking some of the cup into the lava, making it hotter again, making it completely liquefied. And then he pulls out a mold. He seems to have a mold of all kinds of different weapons and things like that. Likely he made these himself. And he pours into the mold and starts to craft out a lovely sword shape. And then he kind of, after it starts solidifying a little bit, which really he just moves to one edge of the room, and it just starts to like instantly start cooling down. And then he just does some hammering to it, does a lot of different blacksmith stuff that I don't know about, so insert awesome techniques here, amazing blacksmithing ability, amazing epic craftsmanship that unparalleled by even the gods themselves in the next like 30-40 minutes or so, which you guys are just watching basically. And finally he pulls it out, he grabs the handle, and he crafts it back onto the sword. It is pristine. It is one of the most beautiful weapons you have ever had the witness of looking at. It is practically shining, is something that you guys honestly probably have never thought you would lay eyes on, especially Averin. This thing is what you would imagine in your headspace that a noble or even an actual god would be wielding this kind of weapon. It is the most beautiful thing you guys have ever seen, and the absolute care of it is frankly ridiculous. If you guys could actually see how it was constructed, it would be even more so. And he just kind of places it on the ground next to Bill. It is still warm.
Yes. How long do I have to wait before I can pick it up?
Only a few minutes. Unless, of course, he gestures to your dragon hand. You use that.
Bill looks at him dead in the eye, looks at the sword, looks at both of his hands. Nah. And he picks it up with his normal hand.
Oh. Roll me a con save if you would. It's still very hot.
Yeah. But Bill's not that smart.
No, he's not.
But he does have a reason for it.
It hurts. It hurts a lot. It's really fucking hot. Like it's near unbearable to hold this thing. And it will start marking your hand if you continue to hold on to it for too long.
Bill kind of grimaces. There was a reason for this, and to everyone else, this may look like a psychopathic thing to do. It really does hurt, but I do have a good reason for doing this.
Do you need some medicine for that?
Probably in a minute, but at the second, no. If you medicine it now, this may just grow to my fingers, and that would not be cool. Ow, this hurts. Not putting it down, though.
But why are you doing it that way?
Oh, as Bill looks up at you with the most dead expression, because if I'm using it to kill a god, I'm making sure no one can steal it from me.
You're grafting it to your hand?
No! I'm putting my skin on it so I always recognize my own blade.
I mean, that's certainly one way to do it, I guess. Jackson just has his initials on his, and she pulls out Jackson's blade.
Oh,
I
so
very
was gonna
pretty.
say, couldn't you just engrave it?
I could, but I want a piece of me to be the reason that they die.
At that point, I'm surprised you don't use your own bone. I don't recommend you do that, of course, but
I
just saying.
kind of. Bill looks at you dead on. I still need all of my bones right now that I have left. I've already lost a hand. I don't need to lose another one. This is painful, but it's just taking skin. It's not taking, my entire hand, unlike the Dragonborn.
This is true.
Plus, being able to look at Char and Palor while they're dying, and being able to legitimately claim that a piece of me is what killed them. Poetic to me. Given they took the one thing I really do care about.
They've taken a lot of things from this world, so I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm just curious of how things will be like without the gods around, or if another will step up.
I mean, there used to be plenty, right? It'll probably just equal itself back out into a more even state. Rather than this
Hopefully.
lopsidedness.
At this point, the weapon has now cooled down, but it has now seared some markings into your hand, specifically the elven markings that were on the handle itself. And of course, your skin, whatever skin is on Talon, has also grafted itself partially onto the blade, onto the handle as well. Kind of a trade of sorts.
All right. Bill's gonna walk up to Oliver, just hold out his hand. All right.
I'm just going to give him. Actually, I'm just going to straight up give him two of the cure wounds potions.
Okay.
Just Bill pours it on his hand.
It hurts.
Both of them?
And
Alright.
yeah,
Alright.
it hurts like a son of a bitch, but it does in fact heal itself over. It is now scarred into your hand rather than fresh, raw wounds.
Gosh darn it, will it never roll?
I don't know why it doesn't. Weird.
I'm just going to do that twice. It's manually.
Yeah, you're good. Well, that works.
Still 16 health.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So your hand has now scarred onto it several elven runes, which actually, because of the dragon, you do in fact speak it. It's an old elven phrase that you only have part of it. And so essentially it means the full elven phrase, which you wouldn't know, but Rowena would if you asked her eventually, essentially means the fight never ends.
What part of that is scarred onto his hand?
Never ends, specifically.
So Bill's gonna look at it. Look at the blade. I think I have a name for this weapon.
Oh.
The thing that kills what never ends.
The fire giant kind of looks over at you over his shoulder, kind of like mid creation of something or another. He's like, naming your weapons. Fascinating.
Yeah, it makes him a little more personal.
I've never had a weapon to call my own. I do not feel the need. So I do not know the necessity. But the fascination is still there.
I mean, that's fair.
So you now have your weapon. Effectively, it's a +1 weapon with a benefit, which I will. I don't remember what exactly benefit I gave it before. I think you have the +1 blade, and then it's also enhanced by electricity, I believe. Yeah, because there's dragon bone inside of it. And then the elven blade itself also had a bonus, and I don't think I've told you about that yet, so I'll figure that out here soon over the break.
You're gonna have to put in this very stacked weapon.
This thing, you've gone above and beyond trying to get this motherfucker to work. And you know what? 10, 15 episodes later, and it fucking works. Alright.
You're going to try to kill me with that little piece of metal. No, this little piece of metal is going to kill you. Proceeds to have 50 billion effects, just becomes the Zenith from Terraria.
Jesus Christ. I will fling 27 weapons together to stab you with all of them. Oh god. Alright. Well, Averin had to bounce because it is time for her to sleep, and it is about time for us to wrap this up. So next episode, you guys have managed to accomplish almost all the stuff that you guys were set out to do. And we're going to not be here next week, on the 11th. Or we might actually be here on the 11th. I'm not entirely sure just yet. We're still debating on a few factors. We might give the 11th a rest time just to get things in order, but we'll see. Kind of depends on a lot of real life situation stuff and moving around. So we'll let you guys know as we know. But feel free to check out our Discord if you have not already, if you guys want to see more of that information and up-to-date stuff. Our link is inside the Twitch chat there if you guys want to see it. It's just Linktree / Purgatory Corner, all that fun stuff. You can see in the chat, don't care. And we're going to have a very special community day of sorts on the 8th, in about 4 days, Tuesday, 7:00 p.m. PST, where we're going to be playing Gmod with a bunch of folks. So if you guys are interested in doing that, feel free to pop into that Discord and let us know that you're interested in doing so we can give you a role and so we can fill out a little icon for you during the game. That will close at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, just so everyone knows. And pop back on Sunday as we play a couple of games, which will be, sorry, I'm looking at the thing, Undertale from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then Baldur's Gate, me and Wally are going to be playing from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. PST. Alright, have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see all of you fine folks later. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.